The Australian Jewish community, long vocal about the dangers of rising anti-Semitism, reacted with a mixture of sorrow and vindication. For many, this was the confirmation of their worst fears, that hatred against them was being manipulated and inflamed by outside powers. Candlelight vigils were held outside synagogues, while community leaders urged the government to remain vigilant. On social media, the news spread rapidly, sparking heated debates. Some demanded even harsher measures against Iran, while others warned against stoking Islamophobia or unfairly targeting innocent Iranians living in Australia. The balance between justice, security and inclusivity suddenly felt more fragile than ever. Internationally, Canberra's move aligns it more closely with Western allies who have long accused Tehran of sponsoring terrorism, cyber warfare and destabilisation abroad. Yet this moment is distinct. Unlike accusations tied to distant proxy wars or intelligence operations, Albanese's charge centres on Australian soil, Australian communities and Australian lives. By taking this step, the Prime Minister has placed Australia firmly in the front line of a geopolitical struggle with Iran that stretches from the Middle East to the Pacific. At home, the political implications are profound. The opposition is already demanding detailed briefings from ASIO and questioning whether the government has revealed enough to justify such a dramatic action. Civil liberties advocates caution that secrecy surrounding intelligence could erode public trust. Meanwhile, Albanese insists that while some information must remain classified, the evidence is credible and the response necessary. With a national election looming next year, his handling of national security may define his leadership in the eyes of voters. The timing of the announcement underscores its political weight. In an era where global crises, from Ukraine to Gaza to tensions in Asia, dominate headlines, Albanese has seized an issue that touches directly on both foreign policy and domestic safety. His government's message is clear. Hate crimes will not be tolerated, and foreign governments attempting to exploit divisions in Australian society will be confronted. For now, attention turns to Tehran. Will Iran deny the accusations outright, retaliate with diplomatic expulsions of its own, or choose a quieter path? However Iran responds, one reality remains. The attacks that scarred Australia's Jewish community have now become a matter of international security. In the words of Albanese, these are not just acts of hate, but evidence of foreign interference, a direct assault on Australia's values and sovereignty. And so Canberra waits. Families in Melbourne and Sydney wonder if they are truly safe. Politicians in Parliament brace for heated debates. Diplomats prepare for strained relations with Tehran. The story, which began with isolated incidents of anti-Semitism, now resonates as a test of national resilience, international alliances, and the balance between justice and unity in one of the world's most diverse democracies.
Since the terrible events of October 7, 2023, we have witnessed a number of appalling anti-Semitic attacks against Australia's Jewish community. I've made it clear that these sorts of incidents have no place in Australia, and that I wanted ASIO and the AFP to investigate as a priority. ASIO has now gathered enough credible intelligence to reach a deeply disturbing conclusion that the Iranian government directed at least 2 of these attacks.